Hello, this is Mike from Dimensional Walking. Today I want to do a video on a special guest that I had at the UFO Forum in Albuquerque, New Mexico that I ran for about 8 years. And this was probably several years ago for sure. And this special guest was named William Line. William was born in Big Spring, Texas, and had top clearance, secret clearance, with the Air Force Intelligence Agency. And in 1975, Line rejected a high, powerful job with the CIA that offered him, which was offered to him directly from Papa Bush, or Senior Bush, as most of us call him. William rejected the offer because he believed that the National Security Act of 1947 was a legal act against American sovereignty and human liberty. Interesting. Okay. William was stated that flying saucers are man's greatest invention and should be used and enjoyed by all. Lyle is convinced that many of Americans under a government mind control program. He was convinced that Americans and military alike were under some kind of a mind control program. The rejection of the CIA job and Williams' other beliefs left him in a bad place for over 18 years as, as our black ops government made his life very miserable. And I had some long conversations with William, and boy, he made his life really miserable. And I won't go into all the crazy detail, but it's really quite interesting. And I think in his two books, uh, and we'll talk about his two books. His two books. One is named "The Space Aliens from the Pentagon," and the other one is named "Pentagon Aliens." He explains some of those things that they did to him, and it's pretty sad, actually, in many ways. So William believes that all UFOs are from a man-made origin, total human technology. Of course, the UFO community would uh, would be severely challenged or have severely challenges his theories, and probably would think it's sacrilegious, say some of the things that he said, but some of them are quite interesting, and I truly believe some of them are true. Line said that the Nazis, possibly as early as the 1920s, started the ball rolling with their disc ships. By the end of the war, they had a pretty good working model, but it came too late, thankfully, to affect the outcome of World War II. After the war, many of the German scientists were shipped to the U.S. and Russia actually, and they continued to refine the UFO disc ship program. Of course, one of the scientists, of course, is Werner Braun Braun, the rocket Nazi, was the leader of the movement in the United States. Now, side note, because I know quite a bit about von Braun. My dad happened to be his head of security while he was in the United States and while he was doing his stuff. Okay. So I have quizzed my dad, who is in his 90s, and he's still very sharp. Um, and I've quizzed him every which way and asked him direct questions, etc. And I don't think that von Braun was involved with making UFOs here. He was involved with a lot of stuff, but UFOs, I don't think so. Because my dad probably would have known that. Okay. And I have to be honest with you, I'm a pretty good teller of truth. Okay, if somebody's lying. I'm a bit like the series, if you've ever seen it, it's a great series. It's called Poker Face. If you're interested in that type of stuff, watch Poker Face. It was really good. So I'm not as good as she is, but I'm pretty good. Um, so William feels the crash in Roswell was an accident during a test phase of a new disk. Now, I of course believe a little differently. I think it was an alien craft that was brought down by the U.S. government. Okay, so I do believe that Nazis built flying saucers with Nazis technology. William also states that Tesla technology was used to develop the ships. I could buy that, and I here agree that Tesla was far more advanced than he was given credit for. But I do also believe, and so does William, that it's very possible that Tesla was downloading information from another uh, alien civilization. Okay, because you got to remember Tesla. Interesting enough, and a lot of people laugh about this, but I think there's something really serious about it. He would actively talk to pigeons. Okay, and I've always contended those pigeons may have not been pigeons. Okay. It could have been something completely different. So let's continue with William's theory. He argues that these aircraft, often referred to as flying saucers, utilize advanced propulsion systems based on esoteric um, scientific principles such as electromagnetism and anti gravity. According to Line, the the government and the military have been actively suppressing information about advanced technologies for decades, perpetuating the myth that extraterrestrial visitation to maintain control of the public and divert attention away from their own technological advances. He suggests that the alleged alien encounters and abductions reported by many individuals are, in fact, stage events designed to mislead the public and reinforce the belief in extraterrestrial life. Um, Personally, I don't believe that. I believe abductions are real, and I believe aliens are involved. Could could military be somewhere on the fringes of it all? Absolutely. Okay. So it is important again to let's note that Lyne's claims are largely based on anecdotal evidence, personal speculation, and fringe science theories. His work has not been subject to rigorous scientific scrutiny and is often criticized for lack of empirical evidence. Yeah, that's true. But again, some of this stuff I can kind of back up from my own personal experience and research. So I believe there is enough room in this world of ufology for both William Line viewpoint blended together with the UFO community's belief to form a strong basis that UFOs are truly do exist. Okay, and maybe a little bit of man-madeness is in some UFOs, but there's probably a lot of UFOs from an alien standpoint. So, so if you see a UFO, you have probably, in my estimate, at least a 50% chance it's human and a 50% chance it's not. And don't know which one I am more concerned about, to be honest with you. So, with that said, happy trails until we meet again. Bye bye.